Okay, so now we'll discuss about basic syntax in MATLAB in assigning variables to MATLAB and a specific property of MATLAB, that is case sensitivity. So a variable in MATLAB could be a combination of it can begin with a letter and it can be followed by another combination of letters, numbers, underscore, and so on. So no, you cannot use any special characters like hash or dash or dollar sign to the variables. You have to use only combination of letters, a small capital and numbers and underscore. So, but the important thing here is that MATLAB is a case sensitive language. This is a very important property of MATLAB. So if you're assigning a variable with the name, just say this name as a variable name, okay, and this one will be another variable name, and this is another one. All the three, although spell the same, but these three will be recognized by MATLAB as different variables. So if any one letter is different, it will be a different variable. Okay, unlike many other programming languages where you can write either capital or small, but here you have to be very particular about it. And also make sure that you give the meaningful name to your variables. Let me demonstrate about this property through the direct demo of that. So if I assign, let me just clear all the things in the previously assigned values to MATLAB. Okay, so now if I just said you are assigning a variable, say radius is equal to 3. All right, so this is 3. If I just do radius is equal to 5, this is 5. You just see that both are there in the workspace together. And if I just do another one, radius is equal to say 6, it is 6. Now all the three spell the same, but they are all there in the workspace at the same time. So if you want to calculate, say for example, pi into rad square, right? So depending upon which value you are taking, it will give a different result, right? So that will be, uh, you know, right, so both are correct, but these are two different variables, so these are different answers. So be careful when you're programming coding in MATLAB. You assign a specific style to of lettering to your variables. If you don't mix up between capital and small, this property of MATLAB is called case sensitivity property. So interestingly, just some time back, I did the CLC, if you remember that. Okay. So if you not only CLC or clear, okay, if you use this CLC, it will clear this screen. But if by mistake, if I use this CLC in caps, it will give error because it is suggesting me that there is something wrong with this command name. So because this is case sensitive, this will not recognize any other except the small. All the functions, all the command, all the names of the inbuilt functions in MATLAB are all small letters. So don't make no use any capital letters. So that's the important property. So case sensitivity applies to variable. And let me show you something more interesting here. So I was doing some calculation of area of a circle some time back. So for example, if I just give it a value, assign it a variable a, okay, and if I just write pi is predefined in MATLAB, but if I write this, it will give you error because this pi in p capital, okay, it will be different than pi small. MATLAB has predefined constant pi that is in small letters, but it does not recognize this p capital I small because that is the importance of the case sensitivity property of MATLAB. So here it has to be just right. So be sure, make sure that it is for command name, for variable name, for function name, for all the things. And let me show you one last thing here. If I have a file over here, and this file is same thing, is doing the same thing as we discussed. It's a simple program to calculate the radius, sorry, calculate the area of a circle with the given radius. So here I am taking the radius as an input from the user and calculating the area and displaying it, okay, with the text and the value. So these are the commands, and make sure here you see that I've used input as a small, right? This is another one is small, pi is in a small. So mostly all the things in MATLAB, all the commands, functions, everything's is defined in small letters. If you make it by mistake, anything is capital, it will give error. So be careful about this. So this program is actually saved with the name as you see here. The name of this program is okay prog1. You see here. If I run this from this one, you can see like this. So it will actually execute this program 1.m file, and it will ask me for the radius from the user, and this is the value. You can also run the same program with the file name prog1. Okay, let me write it something different. Yeah, okay, prog1, and try to execute it here. It will give me error because it does not find the match to this file name. So this file name prog1 with p capital is .m. Okay, this is different than this file. This file does not exist. So the case sensitivity property applies also to file names. So to sum up everything, so once you write the right file name over this, it will give me the answer. You can run it a number of times, n number of times, and it will give me the answer. This is the way you can actually apply case sensitivity to file names, to variable names, to constant names, and figure. It applies to all kinds of files, figure file, model file, etc. So be very careful about this property of MATLAB being a case sensitive language. Thank you.